Hey guys, so I got some awesome feedback last time about my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade cab review. The other cab that I have is the Arcade1Up Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. It's the Yoga Flame Edition cab, and I thought I'd do a very quick review for anyone that's interested in learning a little bit more about the cab, seeing the different games in action, and just getting some feedback on what's good and what's not so good about it. So without any further ado, I'll jump right into it. One thing you'll notice is this cab is a lot quieter than the other one. I have it on volume 1 setting, but it's not nearly as loud as the other one. Obviously, the volume does go up quite a bit higher, but it's not ear-shatteringly loud, which is awesome. So I'm going to quickly go to the online games. I'll try to press the buttons a little bit softer than last time. And as you can see, there's actually a few more people playing this one online. We've got Mad Mike here waiting for a challenger. He will probably crush me. I haven't played this game online, but it's nice to see that there's a couple more people playing. You'll notice there wasn't like a Danger Room 1, Danger Room 2. It's just one lobby that's universally accessible here. So let's actually try this game. Now this game has a lot of nostalgia for me. I used to play this a ton back when I was a kid, and I remember seeing it for the first time when I actually went into a Pizza Hut to pick up a pizza, and it just, you know, the artwork around the side was just amazing, seeing all the different characters. Now that I look at it, some of them look a little bit derpy now, but you know, it's still such a nice nostalgic throwback feel. This entrance animation is so cool. I think this is one of the most, I'm going to say, iconic entrance animations for any game I've ever played. So this is the Hyper Fighting Edition version of this game, which means it's a lot faster than the traditional version. The other thing you'll notice is the colors of the characters are a little bit different. So E Honda in this version has green face paint, whereas in the original version you'll see red face paint. So a few subtle differences. I'm going to go ahead and play M. Bison. He's my character of choice usually in most Street Fighter games. Yeah, even Zangief. Zangief's traditionally a red color, and here he's got the green outfit on. So this version is a lot faster than the other version. But you'll notice that the gameplay is like exceptionally smooth. Oh my gosh. Look at that damage. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Game is super smooth. Music is nice. It's very fluid. Absolutely no choppiness. Loads extremely fast as well. This is a really good game if you're looking to get like some nice nostalgic feel. If you're playing with some friends, I've noticed that most of my friends, whenever they come down to play the Arcade1Up, this is the game that they actually choose to pick over all of the newer games. There's just something a little bit more nostalgic about this one. Once again, super smooth game. You're gonna see the end fight animation. I love it. I think it's super cool when you actually see the character all beat up. Like, look at Zangief. Get lost. You can't compare with my powers. I think it's a really awesome way, you know, kind of nostalgic throwback. Feels 100% arcade accurate. Now we're gonna go to a slightly slower version of this game, which was Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. I'll quickly show you this. This is definitely a slower version of the game. I don't think we're going to see as many people in the online lobby. And yeah, there's nobody here. So I haven't played this game online before, but even if I wanted to, there wouldn't be anyone to play against. Let's quickly give it a shot. I'll try a different character. And you can see this doesn't have the T, so it's not going to be a Turbo Edition version of the game. It's going to be a little bit slower. You're going to notice that in the fighting as well. It almost feels like the frame rate's a little bit slower too, but it's still very playable, very enjoyable, super arcade accurate. Now this is really the arcade accurate entrance animation. As you can see, Honda's got the red face paint here, whereas he had a different color before. Even Ryu has the red headband as opposed to the white one, which differentiates it from the other versions of the game. Let's go ahead and play Ken. Good old Ken Masters, who will be facing in Japan, probably E Honda. Awesome. I think I'm probably going to get crushed here. E Honda is a great Ken counter. A little bit slower right out of the gate, not as quick as the Turbo Edition, but yeah, a little bit of slowdown, and I think that's just simulated. Obviously, like, there's some really fast hardware in here, but a little bit of slowdown with a Hadouken. It just simulates the way the game felt in the arcade as well. Kind of a cheesy win there, but just kind of want to demo the game for you guys. Love that iconic flashing animation. Now, once again, this is just an awesome game if you're looking to play with some friends. If you've got some friends over, the matches go fairly quick. It's not super complicated. It is very button mashing friendly, and so if you're playing with any buddies or friends of yours, this is a great game to go to. It's a great game for tournaments as well, in case you're just looking to have a little bit of fun. Super quick match, nothing fancy. Love the flashing animation. I'm just going to leave it there. Perfect. Let's try out Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. So this is the one where I believe they introduced a couple of new characters. Let's just quickly check the online lobbies for this one. I don't think we're going to see anyone, but I could be wrong. Yep, there's Bookkeeper with a very cool animation, very cool avatar. I think that guy's from Saturday Night Slam Masters, and we'll check out that game in a minute too. So let's play the local version of this game. Now, I was notoriously bad at this game, but it's exceptionally fun with the new characters and everything. So it's the Turbo Edition. Let's jump right into it. Slightly different font colors and everything. I thought this entrance animation was amazing. One thing I think is a little bit strange is you can see this little black box here. And every time I press like the jab button, that black box fills up with these little weird circles. And I'm not sure why that's the case. That's a really weird Cammy licking the air animation for some reason, but I just thought the intro for this game was super cool. And here comes the Hadouken. Amazing. Super Street Fighter, perfect. Let's get the game started. So yeah, a couple of new characters. I think we have 4 new characters in this game around here. You can just select your game speed. I'm just going to go normal here. Very cool. I love the avatars in this game. It's a little bit more updated. Some characters don't look like they normally do, but let's go with one of the newer characters. I don't know any of their moves. I think I might know a couple of moves for Cammy. Let's give her a shot. I'm probably going to get crushed here, but you're going to notice this game feels a lot newer than the other games. Yeah, there's a super bar, right? I think there's a super meter in this game as well, which wasn't available in the other games. As you can see, I just got absolutely crushed there. Probably both the lack of skill and just the difficulty on this game is substantially higher, even at the exact same difficulty setting. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any chance that I'm going to win any matches in this game, so I'll just leave it there as it is. Kind of a cool beat-up animation. Again, E Honda looks really awesome. Can't you do better than that? I really can't. This is kind of the classic game over animation. Yep, she's gone. She's done. Perfect. Next up is Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Now, this is a game that I actually really enjoy. This is the game that my spouse likes to play online with me, or sorry, likes to play on the console with me, the cab. I don't think I've ever seen anyone online in this game. Oh, I do see someone online. But for the sake of making this video fairly quick, let's just go to local game. It's like Tetris. So I'll quickly show you what this game is like. But Super Puzzle Fighter was a really popular game back in the day, especially in arcades. I'm glad that they put it on this cab. It just completely different. It's very different than all the other games on the cab. And it's really fun. It's a good little puzzle game. So I'm just going to go easy mode. 3 stages for beginners. I'm going to go ahead and pick a character. There's some non-traditional characters. Obviously, we see the 4 traditional Street Fighter characters. Then we've got some characters from Darkstalkers here. Let's go with the Darkstalkers character. Let's go with Morgan. Now I'm going to be facing another Morgan. So the way this game works is once you get pieces that are the exact same color next to each other, eventually when it gets big enough, you see this floating green little ball here. When I'm connecting that with another green piece, it'll make those green pieces pop, and it'll make these same cubes appear on your enemy's side. So it's kind of like Tetris, but the aim of the game is to prevent your screen from getting full, and then making sure your enemy's screen does get full. So I'm just going to continue to play here. So I've got 4 blues. Let's pile up a couple of yellows. I'm not very good at this game, but I'll just give you an example. So I'm going to bring this green down here, and it's going to add the counter up here. So 2. So I got rid of 2 squares. That means this next turn, 2 squares are going to fall on my opponent's screen. I kind of messed that one up. That's okay. Did a pretty terrible job at that. Awesome. Now I'm going to get some yellows out there. I burst 4 yellows. And now it's showing me in this game that I've got, after 5 turns, that's going to turn to a yellow for the opponent. Once again, really fun game, even if you're not like super adept with with Puzzle Fighter, it's a game that you can actually pick up fairly quickly. It's a little bit frustrating for beginners because they're not necessarily sure how so many pieces are falling down. You're going to see on my opponent's screen in about a second a ton of pieces fall down. That's a little bit confusing. It's not like your standard Tetris, but it's still quite fun. I think once somebody gets used to this game, it gets really enjoyable. It does force you to think, though, which is great. It does challenge you to think a little bit about what your upcoming moves are going to be. Think outside the box. Let's get some of this going. I think I might be about to win this match, actually. My opponent's actually doing quite well, which means that I'm probably really bad because this is on the easy setting. The cool thing is you can actually kind of see the characters fighting as you're playing. They do different attacks against each other. It just looks really sweet. There you go. Match is done. That game was a little bit longer than I would have liked to have it been, but you know, really challenging, really fun, great two-player game. I'm not going to play through another round. Now this is a totally different type of game. It's called Pro Gear. My rank is 97, which is a little bit surprising. I think I've only ever played this game once or twice online. I've never played it with anyone else. No one else was available. So I'm a little bit surprised that my rank is actually that high. So my average score and my high score are the exact same. And that just really goes to tell you that if I've only played this game once online and my rank is 97, there's really not a lot of people online on these cabs. So I'm going to play a quick local game. You know, there's shoot, bomb. Really fun. It's like your standard kind of like bullet hell game, but instead of going vertically, it's actually going to go horizontally. So it feels a little bit different. And Capcom always does such a tremendous job of like character design and making games fun. So let's go with Bolt. And I can pick a co-pilot, my gunner, and I'm gonna go with Rivet, who shoots kind of up and down. Actually, let's go with Nail. Perfect. I am ready. I'm ready for bullet hell. It's a really cool game. It feels a little bit differently than like your standard kind of GigaWi games. It is like a traditional bullet hell game. I don't think there's a charge function here. I think it's just you hold and it shoots. I can show you what the bomb looks like. Bombs are kind of fun in this game too. It doesn't look boring like some of the other bullet hell games where the bomb just completely like covers the screen and makes it look kind of boring. So we'll do that. Has a really nice little animation. Just kind of launches, clears bad guys out of the way. But a really, really fun bullet hell game. And something that's really enjoyable about this game, though, is just because of the fact that it's, you know, it's horizontally scrolling. It's just a different kind of vibe and feel. You get a little bit more, viewing space as well. Usually, when you're playing a bullet hell game that's vertically oriented, it gets a little bit challenging to get like a full accurate view of the screen because the screen itself is a little bit smaller. So sometimes you end up dying a little bit faster because you've got that horizontal scroll here. I feel like the game's a little bit more fun, and it's a little bit less based on chance of just some random character attacking you. So I think a boss is coming up, Tobiu in the Bolosan Pench. Bosses are really cool in this game, just not traditional. They don't look like your standard bosses in bullet hell games. And just the sound of this game is really awesome too. Just the shooting sound and everything feels really cool, feels really slick. As you can see, there's a little bit of AI in there as well. It's not just like your standard bullet hell where characters are just shooting bullets randomly. There is some decent aiming that goes on as well. So it does kind of challenge you to play a little bit more than like just kind of blindly or without putting your thought into it. Awesome. I won't play any more of this game, but really fun game. Awesome animation, safe, lovely, active. I don't know what any of those things mean, but it's a really cool game. And it's really good for like a nice playthrough, especially if you're playing with a friend. The 2-player option is really awesome in this game as well. Let's try GigaWi. Now, this is a really famous game. I think GigaWi 1 and 2 were exceptionally popular. No one playing this one online as well. But this game is like, I would say it's your quintessential like bullet hell game, but they just did it so perfectly right. There's just amazing power-ups, and like the bombs in this game seem exceptionally like cool as well. So I think you would really enjoy this one as well. Now, this is the one whenever I'm playing a bullet hell game with friends, this is the one that we typically play. I like Ruby. I love her fire attack. It looks super cool. We're just going to skip ahead. We don't need to see this. There's a lot of talking in this game for some reason when you're about to get started. Perfect. One thing is you can't just hold fire in this game. You actually have to mash the button, which could result in your fingers getting a little bit tired as you're trying to play this. There is one really cool aspect of this game, and that's if you hold the fire button, it actually allows you to charge up a shield. And that shield can block attacks. So it gives you like a bit of a defensive mechanism, which you don't traditionally see in bullet hell games. And the one thing you're going to notice is when I use my super bomb, it's really, really cool. It actually, it covers the whole screen, but it doesn't feel just kind of like, it doesn't feel like it's too much. It actually just, it feels like it's nice and fluid part of the game. There's a lot of like little medals and things to collect in this game, which is kind of fun as you're playing through the different rounds. A lot of different kind of like flashing lights animations. I don't know what that means for, you know, individuals that are epileptic. I'm not sure if these Arcade1Up cabs are necessarily right for those individuals. Maybe, maybe not. If you know anyone that is, that plays Arcade1Up cabs, I'd like to know. I do have a friend that's epileptic, but you know, he's never come over to play these things. But it might be kind of fun. So I'm just going to quickly show you what the bomb feature looks like in this game as well. It's actually really cool. Let's wait till there's a few more bad guys on the screen. As you can see, my little shield does a wonderful job of keeping me alive. And this is what the bomb looks like. Now this is so cool. It just completely covers the screen. I'm just going to do it one more time to show you guys. Just a lot of really cool animations. Now, I won't play this one all the way through. You're probably going to end up getting bored of me playing this game all the way through. So I'm going to pause quickly. And let's go to the next game here. Battle Circuit. So this is a, let's go online. I don't think anyone's going to be online for this one either. Yeah. Really cool beat 'em up game, 2-player. Just jump and attack, but it is really fun. You're going to see in just a second what it looks like. Battle Circuit feels a little bit different. It feels like, you know, they just took a comic book and just kind of threw it into a game, and they just made a big beat 'em up out of it. So let's play. The characters don't really have a lot of like rhyme or reason to them. They all just seem kind of different. So this guy's a plant, alien green, pink ostrich, Captain Silver, cyber blue, and yellow iris. Let's try Captain Silver. Has a little bit of that Mega Man vibe, the animation. So let's get this started. Okay, let's see. Dr. Saturn, sure. So a little bit weird, as you can see, this guy kind of becomes like this little human knife thing. It's not your traditional beat 'em up. It feels a little bit more interesting than that. It's just very visually appealing though. A game like this is super fun when you're playing it with friends. I think my dude just became a cannon for a second. A little bit bizarre, but moneymaker, yeah, sure. And I think if you press both buttons at the same time, you end up doing a bit of a super attack. Yeah, that's really cool. I actually recognize that sound from a few other games too. I think that's actually the same sound that Silver Samurai makes in some of the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Could be wrong there. I'll just play a little bit more to show you guys a little bit more about this game. There's a lot of talking in this game for some reason, but a really cool thing about this game is you can actually upgrade your character. So I only have 92 coins, but I can upgrade to something called a Silverwind. So it has a little bit of an RPG vibe to it. So if I dash and press A, it'll do something. Oh yeah, there you go. So I think that's really awesome. You can actually upgrade your abilities. It's very visually appealing. It's not a game that I actually ever played in the arcade when I was younger. But if I saw it at the arcade now, I would definitely want to give it a shot. But even better, I actually have it at home, so I don't have to waste any coins at the arcade. Remind me, if, does that sound like Silver Samurai? You're going to hear it in a second. It does sound like Silver Samurai's Ice, or is it Iceman's Ice? Probably both of them. So I'm just going to go back. I do want to leave. Let's play Captain Commando. Now, this is an awesome game. This was, I think, ported to Super Nintendo as well. I believe it was originally an arcade game too. Captain Commando is one of the characters that's actually in Marvel vs. Capcom. I think that's his only non-Captain Commando entry, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. It's your standard beat-em-up game. I'll show you what it's like. It feels like a Super Nintendo game, whereas the other game didn't necessarily feel like it. Battle Circuit. Even like the animation, the sound, the way that it's put together. Let's play Captain Commando himself. Yeah, it has a little bit more of like kind of a Final Fight vibe. Doesn't look as cool as the other game in my opinion, but still very a lot of fun. A great single player game if you're just trying to de-stress, or if you've got some friends over, or you want to play with siblings, someone. It's a good game for that as well. You can press both buttons at once. Yeah, shoot out a little bit of electricity, but you take a little bit of damage too. Great thing is, because it's your arcade machine, you can just insert as many coins as you want. And you don't have to worry about just wasting quarters by doing different attacks. Cool thing is you can actually jump on to different machines here. And I think there's a couple of different machines in this game that you can jump into. I don't quite recall. I haven't played this one all the way through. It never really kept me like super engaged, to be completely honest. I don't know how to even exit this. There you go. This is kind of cool. Have a bit of a rocket launcher. Not sure if there's ammunition. Nah, I'm going to take this rocket launcher. That seems a little bit cooler, a little bit more fun. Is there a dash? Oh, there is. That's nice. A lot of rocket launchers. I don't know what this gun does. Oh, it's like a little ray gun. It's a confusing ray. Okay. Doesn't seem to be doing any damage, though. Okay, let me actually try beating this level. As you can see, I'm not very good at this game. I think that guy has a gun. Oh, can I pick it up? Oh, there's a little bit of blood. I was not expecting that from a Captain Commando game. I don't find this game as fun, to be completely honest. I kind of want to turn it off. There's just not as much going on, in my opinion. I think this game is probably more for the people that have a lot of nostalgia. It isn't like incredibly visually appealing, but it is fun. Yeah, I'm not going to play this one through. I think you guys get the gist of it. Armored Warriors, another game. I actually, I did play this game in undergrad. I thought this one was actually quite fun as well. A little bit different. For anyone that's played Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2, there's a character named Jin Satone. I think it's Jin. Yeah, Jin Satome. And his robot in that game, Blodia, is actually one of the robots that's in this game, which is kind of cool. So I know it's Rash, but Blodia is the robot that Jin calls out. Let's actually play as Rash. Once again, great side-scroll multiplayer game. It's, I'm going to say, more fun than Captain Commando. It has a little bit more of the same vibe that we saw in Battle Circuit. So these big robots, you can actually upgrade your abilities. A little bit strange, there's like flowers and grenades on the ground, but cool thing is you have 3 buttons in this game. So you can see I've got my Vulcan cannon. I can upgrade my cannon and everything, or I can grab new weapons from places, not upgrades, but I can grab new weapons. Perfect. It's telling me I can pick this up. Got a little bit of a laser sword there. It just feels so much cooler when you're playing in a mech. And I love that they give you like a little gun. It gives you just a little bit more variability in the game itself. And you're also going to be able to, so if I press both buttons at once, it costs a little bit of health, but it helps me clear the screen in case I'm getting surrounded by a mob. And the cool thing is I can upgrade my weapons by just picking things up. And as you can see, I beat up that bad guy and I actually picked up his drill arm. So now I'm about to face this purple dude. Let's give it a shot. My Vulcan cannon has absolutely no ammunition left, but that's okay. Who needs ammunition when you have this drill arm? Shucks. A little bit more fun, as you can imagine, if you're playing this with 2 players, it's a little bit more chaotic, and I think that actually makes it a little bit more fun. The chaos is something that a lot of people thrive in. I think I can actually break this open, maybe get another weapon. Nope, just oil. I think that's health. Yeah, give me a little bit more health. Okay. I don't think I want that gun back. I don't think I want that arm back, and I end up picking it up again. Unfortunately, let's just use my Vulcan cannon. It's great. I was able to knock him out of the air. I'm not a big fan of the drill. I think the one thing that I find a little bit challenging in this game is if you end up picking the like a weapon like the drill, and there's also a little arm that grabs things, it ends up getting a little bit boring because the weapons don't have a lot of variability. Sometimes you just kind of want to button mash and punch things and beat things up. I ended up winning that round, but it was a lot more fun when I didn't have that drill. I don't know how to get rid of that drill once you've already picked it up. I think you just have to either die or get beat up and it falls off. Good game. Pretty fun. There's a couple other games here, a few more, so I'm just going to quickly go to Strider. I don't know why this one's online. I think it's just for the leaderboard, but Strider supports leaderboard only. Yeah, there you go. Let's give this one a shot. Sword Jump. I didn't know this was an arcade game. Cool thing is there's still a lot of characters in some of these other games that you see in the traditional Marvel vs. Capcom games, particularly like Strider. Let's just play this. It's like your standard side-scroller. Platformer, I believe. Yeah, a little bit of blood. I didn't realize Capcom was had so much blood in their games. Unless that's not blood, if these are just robots. Honestly, if you're just looking for a game to kind of like vibe out playing, this is a pretty good one. Pretty decent. Different than the other games you see. Oh, yeah, interesting. I didn't realize I had taken damage actually. Was it instant like one-shot kill? It might be. Let me just see. Nope, actually, yeah, apparently I had taken some damage. It's nice though. I like it when platforming games give you a little bit of health so you're not just constantly worried about taking a single shot and dying. Yeah, I did anyways. Once again, fun game. Good platformer. Nothing more, nothing less. Rank 85, Final Fight. I think I played this once or twice online. Let's check the online lobbies. Never seen anyone online. I just did it for the leaderboard. Maybe I can get number 1 one day. Yeah, no one online. So let's just quickly go to a local game. Tag Jump. I think this is the best beat 'em up on this cab. I'll actually probably do like a full playthrough of this game. Maybe I'll just record myself. I feel like sometimes if I'm just trying to relax, sometimes I just pop open like playthroughs on YouTube while I'm doing some work, and I just kind of listen and watching on a playthrough of someone playing a game. I just find it very relaxing and peaceful. So let's play as my boy Hagar. Mirror of, forgot the name of the city. So this one obviously doesn't look as good as some of the other beat 'em up games, but there's just so much nostalgia for me for this one, and the gameplay feels really good. It's a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit less like just kind of a little bit less colorful, but it feels a little bit more of what you could expect to see in like a kind of a true to life game. If you had a wrestler as a mayor. Love the grab function. You can do a lot of damage in this game with that. I think once again with this game you press both buttons. I think he does a little bit of a Zangief style spinning there. You'll notice some characters in this game as well that were in some of the other Street Fighter games too. Like Guy is in here. I think Guy got introduced in Street Fighter Alpha. And I think one of the bad guy in this game is a ninja. His name is Sodom. And so he was also in Street Fighter Alpha. So it's kind of cool that they paid homage to a couple of those characters. I believe Birdie from Street Fighter Alpha is actually a Final Fight character as well. And they introduced some of the other characters in some of the other Final Fight games, like Cody. I think he was in Alpha 3. Can I beat up these tires? I think I can. Perfect. Got a nice little bit of barbecue there. Yeah, once again, fun game. You can do a spinning there. It takes a little bit of damage. It's just a really nice side-scroller. I find this one a lot more just kind of therapeutic if you're looking for a nice game to relax. It just feels a little bit more smooth. Feels a little bit. It feels a little bit more relaxing to play, easier on the eyes as well. Perfect. Let's just exit this one. On to the next. I'm going to play King of Dragons. This is a nice side-scroller. Feels like an RPG. So it was kind of Capcom's answer to the Dungeons and Dragons arcade games. So they built this game, and I think they did a really nice job with it. It's a fun game. Simple controls, attack, jump, but you've got 5 different characters. You can actually switch between characters as you're progressing in the game. I like characters with some ranged damage you're going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the elf. You've got different things. So I've got a level 1 arrow, level 1 bow, and I don't know what that represents, that herb. But tuner. Okay. So it's not just a platformer. You can go up and down. It definitely feels a little bit older. It feels like a game that you probably would have played back in the 80s, maybe early 90s, but definitely fun. Great 2-player game. I think this is going to cause all the bad guys to die. Yeah, perfect. So you press both buttons. You end up doing a super move, but it costs you a little bit of health. Cool thing is, I think your health meter actually goes up as you level up in this game. My elf is only level 1 right now, but I believe as I progress in the game, my health meter is going to go up. My attack damage and everything will go up as well as I get new items. Oh, perfect. Let's grab that strawberry. So here's the enemy. I'll just quickly beat him, and then you can see what the progression looks like. So it's great. There is a little bit of skill required in this game. It's not just completely like blindly playing. A little bit of timing required too. I think he's just a mini boss though. I don't know if... Oh, there you go. Defeated Orc King. And I think you're going to see my character level up just a little bit if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Grab all this gold. Perfect. My elf's arrow has gone up to level 2. And you're going to see, I think that it looks a little bit differently when I fire it. Before it was blue. Yeah, now it's become a green arrow. And it looks like it's a little bit longer as well. It'll definitely do a little bit more damage. I don't know why I just triggered that. But I'm doing a little bit more damage. I actually just leveled up as well, so I think my health has gone up just a touch because of that. I'm just going to exit this game in a second once I do this. Yeah, I think my max health actually went up a little bit. Perfect. Good game. Really fun, really relaxing. I actually haven't played this game all the way through to the end. I played about maybe 40 minutes of it, and I still wasn't finished, so it just goes to show you there's quite a bit of gaming here. Next up is Saturday Night Slime Masters. I remember renting this at my local, I think it was a Blockbuster video or just kind of some off-brand version of that. No one online once again. And I just loved this game. It was just so much fun. I think Hagar's in this game too. So attack, jump, pin. I like the tag implementation in this game for Saturday Night Slime Masters. It was just really cool, really creative. I had it for Super Nintendo, and it was just really fun. It's a fun game. It's a great 2-player game as well. I haven't played like the full 4-player version of this. It would be really awesome if you could actually play 2v2, as in like 2 actual people versus 2 actual people. We'll do a tag battle. There's no tagging actually required. You're all fighting in there. Once again, my boy Hagar's in here, but I'm going to go with somebody a little bit different. Let's go with Stinger. And I'm going to make my partner, let's see, the guy named Grater. Cheese Grater. All right, let's do it. I think Grater was actually is it Grater or Crater? Grater. I think he was the icon of one of the characters we saw a little bit earlier, the avatar of one of the players. So a little bit more fun in terms of, it's kind of a little bit chaotic. It kind of forces a bit of a quick match. It only allows you to play for 3 minutes. I think there's like actually like special moves you can do in this. I think there's actually like a little Psycho Crusher kind of drill thing. You have to do like a bit of a quarter circle movement, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. So you can actually do a few extra special moves in this game that are just traditionally you wouldn't necessarily expect them in like a wrestling game. Ouch. I think you run by double tapping, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there you go. Gonna help my boy out. I think we might actually end up winning this one. And no thanks to me, definitely thanks to my AI friend over here. I'm gonna try to see if I can pin this guy. Cool thing is now it's 2v1 and we can definitely beat up on Mr. Rust over here. Let's pin him. Let's get him out of here. I'll let him pin him. Awesome. Awesome game. Really fun. I love having 4 characters on the screen. I'm a big fan of Power Stone. It's just always fun when you've got more people to beat up on. A little monkey on the ropes. Let's exit this. Last game. Capcom Sports Club. I haven't played this one online. Good game to play locally though. Really fun. There's tennis, basketball, and soccer here. I'll just super quickly show you what the different games feel like. A lot of controls as you can see, but it doesn't really feel that way when you're playing them. Let's start off with, and I'm not going to play all the matches all the way through. Let's just start off with tennis. It was really long when I actually did play tennis on here. It took quite a while to actually play through a match, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick Spain. And I'm playing against Russia. Clearly not very good at this game. A little bit more challenging than I remember. There you go. A little bit of a weird animation when you win the game. Oh, shucks. Did I lose? Yeah, I think I lost. Let's see what it's like returning serves. Clearly struggling with that. Timing is off. Yeah, she didn't even try moving there. I'm going to say the AI in this game is not necessarily the best. I'm not good, but I can definitely tell you the AI is not that good either. It is a fun game to play against a real person because you'll feel like the game is like a little bit more smooth. You get a little bit more rallying going than just like than what you're seeing right now. So there's no way I believe to exit this and play the other games unless you just go back. So let's go back to there. Let's try basketball. I think basketball is a little bit more fun. Actually, Kickstars is up next. Soccer is really cool. I like the celebrations in the soccer version of this game. So let's play as the boys from Brazil. So it's a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging. Got some slide tackles in here. Yeah, goal's really cool. The celebrations are awesome too. It's a little bit more fun. This is a good 2-player game. Thought I noticed a little bit of glitchiness on the screen. Maybe just it's trying to be a little bit arcade accurate. You got pass, you got run. I think you've got a jump button as well, which is kind of interesting. He's gonna end up, oh, he didn't actually end up scoring. I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know how to change characters in this game. I think you just have to pass to the right character. As you can see, after that first goal, I'm kind of struggling to play this. Ah, shucks. You know, it's worth watching their celebration though. Tried being a little cheeky there. Clearly did not work. Yes, I am the worst defender and goalie in the world, so I'm going to just exit the game. It is fun though. It is fun. I didn't find tennis that fun. I do find this version actually, or the soccer game, quite a bit more enjoyable. Let's try basketball, and then that should be it. I think that'll just kind of wrap up the walkthrough of the different games on this cab. Dunk Stars 3v3, 1 player. All right. Some really interesting looking characters. Let's go with Team USA. USA versus China. Okay, perfect. I don't know why my character's over there. I guess for jump ball. Okay. Probably should have read the controls before I started playing. Oh, look at that dunk. Team USA. Beautiful. Honestly, this one's a little bit more fun too. I didn't find tennis all that fun. And I think you'll find the same thing if you're playing this. I just find it a little bit strange how it keeps changing which character I am. I haven't tried shooting anything. I've just been dunking the whole way, but I'm going to try getting some shots in next. Is it goaltending? Nope. Nice. Let's try shooting from here. Nope. Didn't actually go in. So it's great. It doesn't mean that if you shoot, it's going to necessarily go in. That is quite the dunk. That reminds me of NBA Jam, the way that dunk happened. Wrap it up. Boom. Beautiful. Great game. Really fun. So I like this game a lot. So I've kind of gone through the different games here. We have about, I think there's about 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually 14. I didn't realize there were 14. The Street Fighter games feel fairly similar. They all kind of play the same, the fighting ones. So I'm going to go ahead and say there's about 11 games, 12 games in this cab. Amazing cab. I think you're going to really enjoy it. If you're looking for a cab that has a lot of variety, this is definitely the one. The artwork is awesome. The cab's not too hard to build. I love kind of like the design of the cab, the lit marquee. It's really enjoyable. I think there's a lot of good games on here. I actually end up playing this one a little bit more than my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cab, even though that has games that I find a little bit more enjoyable. I just love the variety on this one and, you know, easily switching between the different games. It's great for multiplayer, especially if you've got someone that you're playing with that's not really competitive, doesn't want to play fighting game against you. It's great if you just want to kind of do like a beat 'em up. You can play your puzzle game together. You can play some of the bullet hell, the shooting games, the playing games. There's just a lot of goodness that comes with this cab. It's quite enjoyable, and I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to give this one 2 thumbs up. If you can get this one, even at regular price, I think it's a great deal, but if you can get it on sale, then this is one I would not hesitate on. Love the red trim. Give it a shot. I think you'll definitely enjoy it. Thanks, everyone.